Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be when they show you who they are. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So when people show you who they are, this is very telling. Many times before we acquired the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle, we would be tolerating people's poor behavior. We would be giving them more and more chances or opportunities to change or to improve or to apologize or to be accountable. But we now know that the narcissist can't change. They only care about one person, which is themselves. They are self-serving people. So once they showed us who they were, now we have to figure out that, yeah, they are stuck in that loop. They cannot change. They won't change. And it isn't only specific to the narcissist, it's to people in general. If people are not improving their behaviors or not keeping their word or their actions aren't matching their words, in this day and age, there is no tolerance for that. We are now understanding that not everybody thinks the same way that you think. Not everybody is an empath. Not everybody does have other people's best interest at heart. There are so many different kinds of people on the planet. And the toxicity from the narcissist has now changed your life forever. You see, you've become awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and you're understanding that not only are you the priority, that you come first, second, and third, but that many people aren't like you. They've never been like you. Go back in time to your family. Maybe you were the white sheep or the black sheep of the family. I would call it the glue that kept the family together. You were counted on to do certain things, chores, responsibilities, make up with people, apologize, keep the peace, etc. Well, the reason that was you who was chosen to do that was because people in your family knew that you had a high level of empathy, and they didn't. So they wanted you to take the brunt of those relationships. They wanted you to patch up those relationships. They wanted you to look the other way. They wanted you to stay and continue to be the glue that kept the family together. Well, everybody on the planet, you're figuring this out by now, everyone reveals themselves in time. I've said that expression for almost 4 years now. I'll say it again. It's when the chips are down, when you need help and no one's there to be found, that's when people show you who they really are, i.e. post-narcissistic relationship, when you were discarded if you were, or if you ended it yourself. Either way, my heart goes out to you. But who was there for you? Probably very few people. And did they actually listen to you? Maybe, maybe not. I doubt it. Could they understand what you had gone through? No, they couldn't unless they went through it themselves. Were some of those people toxic themselves? Absolutely, they were. But you're now understanding that that is why you were the white sheep or the black sheep of the family, because you're cut differently. You have a high level of empathy. You care about people. You want the betterment for humanity. You wanted to improve your circumstances and those circumstances in the family that you were a part of. Now you're understanding when they show you who they are, that's when you really need to draw the line in the sand. Because the narcissist, they wear a mask. They manipulate people. They want to keep people stuck in that loop of destruction, in that loop of misery, in the loop of wondering. When you were in the narcissistic fog, you didn't know that narcissism existed. You didn't know that the fog existed. You thought that that person had your best interest at heart. It turns out that they didn't, they don't, and they never will. The narcissist only cares about themselves. You're now understanding that, or you know it. And with that, that's why you need to really observe other people that are and or were or will be in your life. You need to implement maybe a 2-strike rule. Many people in the community have a 1-strike rule, which means if they're meeting new people, an acquaintance or a colleague or alleged potential friend, well, then they will observe them and talk and communicate and do what they do, but they won't overshare information. They'll keep a small footprint. And what will they do? Well, then they'll wait and see. Is this person trying to get money from me? Are they trying to get time from me? Are they trying to get me to give me a ride somewhere? Do they want me to pay for their food or buy them clothes, etc.? Who knows what the narcissist or toxic people, I should say, potential people want from you. But when you see a red flag, these days, post-relationship, you need to run for the hills. You need to get away from these people as far as you possibly can. Now, again, I don't go walking all over the planet looking for the narcissist or for narcissism. It's the last thing I do. What I do is I try to insulate and protect not only myself, but the people in the community, to let them understand that, yes, we all were in the narcissistic relationship. Most of us are out of it. All of us are healing. Some of us have reached the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, and many people are still taking a close look around the people that they surround themselves with right now. That's what you should be doing. You see, the narcissistic abusive cycle, it starts with one person. And once that relationship ends and you figure out who they were and what they did and what narcissism is all about, and you process everything and you use radical acceptance and you understand all the definitions, etc., that's when you logically and instrumentally, and you will do this, you'll go take a closer look at people that were in your life before you met the narcissist, and you'll probably start with your immediate family members. Maybe one of your parents, your siblings was toxic, who knows? Maybe you had a great family, maybe nobody was toxic, and if you did, God bless you. But now you're understanding that not everyone is like you, and when people show you who they are, you need to believe it from now on. We need to stop giving other people more and more chances and opportunities. We need to stop making excuses for people. We need to stop looking the other way. We need to stop ignoring red flags. We need to begin to trust our instincts and intuition and realize that our time on the planet is invaluable. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Many people don't even believe there's such a thing as time. You can think whatever you want. But as I'm creating this video, and I'm now at the 6-minute mark, well, there's time right there for you. So say what you want. Point being is I use my time wisely. And I do have the 1-strike rule implemented now. Years ago, I had many strike rule was in place. That's before I met the narcissist. Spin it, you're in a narcissistic relationship, you don't know what's going on, the relationship ends. Now, I had a 3-strike rule, and then a couple years ago, I put in a 2-strike rule, and then people in the community were saying, hey, let's just go 1 strike. And I agreed to that, because now I don't have time to be wasting on unstable or healthy people / relationships, and you shouldn't either. So you need to remember who the narcissist was when you were in that relationship. It wasn't all the fakeness of the fake empathy and the fake love bombing and the fake staring at your eyes and all those things that you were thinking of in the past. The real version of the narcissist is the version that you saw when that relationship ended. It's the person who was smashing cabinets. It's the person who was verbally abusing you. It's the person who took the mask off and crashed it into 1,000 pieces. It's the person who used, administered, and started the smear campaign. It's the person who financially abused you, who emotionally abused you, maybe even physically abused you, mentally and spiritually definitely abused you. This is what the narcissist does. They dish out punishment to those people that are closest to them, and they dish out people that are subservient to them, who are reliant upon them, who need them, and people who are trapped in a position in life that they can't get out of. Example, maybe the narcissist was one of your parents. Well, maybe you had to deal with them or tolerate them until you got old enough to save up enough money to leave the city or town. Maybe the narcissist is your boss right now, the workplace bully, and they know that you need a job. I understand all of these things. What I'm sharing with you is, once you understand who these people are, you really need to protect and insulate yourself. You need to not share information, not overshare information. You need to realize that these people are usually plotting and planning behind your back to destroy any part of your life that they can. And again, many people say, well, you're being a little rough, Andrew. Why are you, not everyone's like that. You're right. Not everybody is like that. But the point is, there are people that are like that, and you need to be aware of it, because not everybody is as kind and loving as you are. Not everybody cares about humanity the way you do. Not everybody is working on themselves. As a matter of fact, very few people right now, as I'm creating this video, are working on themselves. You are one of them, because you are here. You're on the channel and you're in the community and you're getting your cup full, or you're keeping your cup topped up. When you are working on yourself, that is a great thing. That is something that the narcissist can't do, won't do. It will never happen in their lifetime. The narcissist, all they want to do is wear a different mask, manipulate new unsuspecting people, or keep people trapped in the fog that haven't broken the cycle, or people who haven't gone no contact, etc. And they keep on toying with those people and taking from them. That's why the narcissist is stuck in that loop. That's why they recycle people. That's why there will be many times in the past when you would have a friend pop up. This is before you even knew about narcissism. You'd have a friend pop up and just ask you, hey, can I borrow a couple $100? I need a little help. And you'd say, sure, no problem. They disappear for half a year. They pop up again. Hey, can I borrow a couple $100? I got a flat tire, I need some help. And you're like, well, what happened the last couple hundred? Well, they forgot all about it, or, oh, I'll get you next time. Well, you learn the more you loan the money, the more they ask. The more they ask, the less you had. The less you had, the more you realize that something's wrong there. And guess what? What's wrong is that person was abusing you financially. Whether they're narcissist or not, that's up to you to decide. But the point is, your resources are for you. And if somebody has to attempt or succeed in manipulating you to take things from you, that's toxicity at its highest level. Now, if you wanted to give because you could give and you wanted to contribute, example, maybe you donate to your local church or organization or group, well, you do that because you want to, and you have X number of dollars to donate to. That's doing the right thing. When someone is trying to take your resources, in this case money, by using a manipulating technique, that's abuse. That's not good. And that's what the narcissist does. But it's not just with your money, it's with your energy, time, empathy, love, relationships, hobbies, everything. They want to take everything they possibly can. So who you last saw when you saw the narcissist, think about that image. It probably was a very, very dark image of the person who perhaps was screaming at you or giving you the beach ball pupil blackness eye stare, or they're giving you the smirk, or maybe it was the person who hung up on you. Who knows who it was? The whole point is the narcissist showed you who they were over and over and over again, but you didn't have the tools, you didn't have the education, and you didn't have the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle, so you couldn't identify what some of these behaviors were. Example, triangulation, my least favorite thing these people do. Another one, the smear campaign, you didn't know what that was. You didn't know what gray rock was. You didn't know what mirroring was, what projection was. You had no idea what any of these terms were. Excuse me, in the dictionary, in the definitions of the narcissistic abusive cycle, but now you do. You either know them or you're getting to learn them, and the more you become educated, the stronger you get. The stronger you get, the smaller the narcissist gets. The smaller they get, the weaker they get. The weaker they get, the less they matter to you, and the less they matter to you, the more abundant your life becomes. That's when you begin to accelerate. That's when you begin to ascend. That's when you leave the narcissist in the past. And that's when you realize when they showed you who they were, that was the real version of them. You need to understand that not everybody is who they appear to be on the planet. And as I shared earlier in the video, everybody, and I mean everybody, reveals themselves in time, and the narcissist was no different. The thing here is the narcissist knows what to do. They know how to turn the charm on. They know how to turn it off. They know how to give you the silent treatment and just wait it out so you apologize or you break down and you communicate with them first. This is what the narcissist does. And many times people say, well, do they know what they're doing? Like, who in their right mind would do this? Well, number one, yes, they know what they're doing. Number two, the narcissist would do this. Number three, you would say, well, why would they do it? Because they want to take things from people. They want to keep people stuck. They want to keep people trapped. They don't want people advancing. They don't want people moving forward. They don't want people figuring out who they are. They don't want anybody seeing behind the mask. And they certainly don't want anybody putting themselves higher up on the pedestal than they were. Because this is what the narcissist wants. Remember, the narcissist wants the unpaid helper. They want the walking apology. They want the walking ATM. They want someone to make them look better. They want someone to regulate them. They want a person to be subservient to them 24/7, and that person is not allowed to speak, to have a life, to have an opinion, to do nothing other than what the narcissist wants. That's why when you're living with these people, i.e. the narcissist, that's when you see most of the toxic behavior. It's behind the four walls of the house you are living in, or the condo or the apartment, because that's when they can really take that mask off, because there's nobody to impress. That's why built-in supply for the narcissist, these people get punished over and over and over again, which is why, again, in virtually every video I create, I suggest to go no contact, to block these people, delete them, remove them, and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? What are you waiting for? If you can do it, you should do it. If you can't, I understand that. Then create, develop, and prepare to execute your exit plan, which is remove yourself from the relationship, because these relationships do not improve. They deteriorate over time. Each and every minute, hour, day, week, month, year, decade that you're in these relationships, you are not fulfilling your purpose. You are being abused. You are being controlled. You're being manipulated. You're giving your worst enemy more and more chances to change, and they will never change, and they know that. You need to understand that you got the light bulb moment, you got the needle in a haystack, and you're figuring out, or you have figured out, that not everyone is like you. And when you figure that out, then you should take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I am fortunate. I can love. I do have a lot of empathy. I do want to improve the planet. I do want to help people out. I don't take from people. I don't hurt people intentionally. I can own up to my mistakes, and I want to really do the best I can for not only myself, but for people on the planet. When you say that, it's authentic, it's genuine, it's a good feeling. Flip it. What does a narcissist do when they wake up in the morning and look themselves in the mirror? They say, I am the best. I am the greatest. People love me. People adore me. I need to keep playing this loop around over and over again. I need to not be as boring as I am. I need to not keep copy pasting the same templates to the 15 people I'm sending the good morning to text. I need to figure out which mask to wear in the meeting today at 12 o'clock. I need to figure out who to scream at in road rage on the way home. I need to figure out how to get someone to buy me dinner. I need to figure out what I can take from somebody over the weekend. This is the script. It's the narcissistic script that just keeps going around and around and around and around in a loop. These people are on autopilot. They only take from people who aren't strong enough to go no contact, aren't brave enough to heal, and are trapped in that narcissistic abusive cycle. Remember this before I close the video. At one point in time, you didn't know what narcissism was. Fair enough, I didn't either. You didn't know that people were abusing you. I didn't either. Once you figure it out and you really understand that your life is not meant to be abused, your life is meant to be cherished, to be celebrated, to be enjoyed, to be fulfilled. You have so much in front of you. You need to realize that the narcissist doesn't care about you. They never have, they never will. They don't care about anybody. And now that you understand what narcissism is, you need to take the rest of your life very seriously and block these people. Remove them from your life. Really understand, once these people are removed from your life, your energy will return, your health will improve, your finances will improve. You can relocate, you can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book, you can do whatever you want to do, but you won't have drama, manipulation, or control in your life any longer, because this is when you can sleep in till 12 o'clock in the morning, or you can stay up till midnight and you can do whatever you want to do. And if you want to squeeze in a bowl of Fruit Loops or a bowl of Cheerios in the morning, go for it. If you want to drink a little bit of not water but a soda pop, go for it. I wouldn't do either, but if that's what you want to do it. But begin living your life, because this is your life. And the narcissist knew that. They wanted to trap you in that fog as long as they could keep you subservient to them, draining you, your time, your energy, your health, your money, your relationships, etc. That's why once you figure this out, you really need to realize that the onus is on you. Block these people, get them out. And when they show you who they are, believe it, because that's who they are. Before I close this, I'm going to share one more time. Let's say you're on a train or a plane or something and somebody has a blow up because there's 3 ice cubes in their drink and there should only be 2. Why do you think that person is blowing up or complaining to the staff or whatever they're doing? It's because they're trying to disrupt the plane's energy or disrupt the train's energy. They need attention on them. There is your narcissist. That's a person who cannot regulate themselves. That's why when these kind of events or things take place, you need to get away from these people, because they're looking to get attention from other people and drag people into the conversation and into the toxicity and drama with them. That's the narcissist in a nutshell. A person who is going to throw a rage fit because they have 3 cubes of ice in their drink instead of 2, that's not an adult. That's a person stuck in the loop. And that's the kind of relationship you were trapped in, but now you're out and you're understanding that you are the important one, you're the valuable one, and you are the strong one. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You're not alone. Remember that, you are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And as I'm creating this video, and it is probably the coldest day in the Carolinas today, is my guess. As I'm creating this video, I'm looking at the background. It kind of looks like a Western movie, which is very interesting, because that's exactly, how do I say this? I like the background. I hope you guys like it. Very interesting. Before I close the video, I'm going to share this. I want to let you know that when you're in that relationship with the narcissist, you didn't know what you're up against. You didn't know these people existed. Now that you do, and perhaps you have gone no contact, and now that you've understood the definitions, you really need to insulate and protect yourself. Meaning, yeah, get out, enjoy life, do what you're going to do. But don't be around toxic people. Don't be around people who are talking about other people when they're not present. Don't be around people who can't behave properly in traffic. Don't be around people who are complaining to waitstaff or abusing waitstaff because they happen to be paying for a dinner and that waiter or waitress needs their job, so they have to tolerate it and keep their mouth closed. Don't be around these kind of people. These people do not improve humanity. They take away from it. And this is not what you want to be doing. You don't want to be taking away from humanity. You want to be adding value to the human race and improving, and use your empathy and your kindness for yourself and those loved and trusted ones around you. You are in the cycle. You're caught up in the loop. You're out. You're healing, or you have healed. This is your time. Understand that you are a beautiful, bright, shining light. You're one of the most important things that God has ever created, or higher power, whatever you want to call it. The narcissist knew that. They tried to take away your beautiful, bright, shining light, and they failed, and they failed miserably. So go no contact, leave these people in the past, and heal. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. It's cold. Boom. Bye.